Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Right now I am on my free-to-play account and it's going to branch off of my free-to-play series, which I call Free Smiles. So if you are interested in watching my free-to-play series, make sure to head over to my library and my YouTube channel and check it out. So today we're going to be talking about my spider composition. I made a spider 24 speedrun team, which also applies to spider 25 if you have the right affinity champion for the AOE HP burn. But in my case, I do not. So I'll be sticking with spider 24 for now until I get a different affinity HP burn champion. Then I can do spider 25 in the same fashion. So I do want to go over the comp with you guys and the run. So let's get right into it. Alright, so for the composition, we're going to be going with a bunch of gearless champions, a bunch of champions that don't have masteries, and a bunch of low level champions as well. So as you can see here, we have the Kymar, we got the two collab'ds, we have the Dreng, and we have the Paragon. So if you're interested in a more free-to-play version of this composition, I made something very similar that I actually showcased on Ash's channel. We did a collab not too long ago, about a week ago, I think 2 weeks ago, and I showcased a team of, I'll have it up here, it was Rengade at level 30, Mordecai at level 40, a Paragon at level 30, and two collab'ds at level 60. And that was a speed composition of about 35 seconds to 38 seconds on average. And yeah, so make sure to check that out if you guys are interested in that composition. But today we're going to be talking about this composition because this is what I have available on my account, right? I got to use what I have. So I don't have a Mordecai, unfortunately, which would make it a lot easier for me to do spider 25, because if you didn't know, Mordecai has an AOE HP burn that places without attacking. So what that means is you're able to take him into any affinity and just place it. You don't have to worry about the affinity. But in this case, Walking Tomb Dreng does not work well against the magic affinity, which is the stage 25 of spider. So that is the reason why I'll be sticking with spider 24 for now. But for the comp itself, we're going to be starting with the Kymar here. Let's just go in order of the fastest champions to make it easier to explain. Alright, so starting it off, we have a Kymar here as our fastest champion. Ideally, I would like him to go last on the team, but because I use him in other areas in the game, I had to make him go first, and then he has enough time to lap back around to reset everybody's abilities. So if you don't have a Kymar, he can actually be replaced by Rengade, but the tuning is going to be slightly different. Once again, head over to Ash's channel to look at the composition that I made over there. And we have Kymar in, he does have masteries, but this is irrelevant. You don't actually need masteries out at all, especially for PvE content. This is mainly for PvP content. So for these skills here, you don't need them booked at all. If you want to have them booked, you can, but you don't have to book them. This is one of those champions you don't have to book. And for the gear here, it doesn't really matter. All I really focused on was make sure to have, you know what, honestly, you can go with him naked. Basically, just put boots on him, make him go right before the spider lings goes, and you're good to go. You actually don't need gear on him. This composition we're running right now, we do have him going fast. That's just a normal speed, and I built around that. So for the collab'ds, which are going second and third, we have them both at 165 speed and 160 speed. So as you can see here, we just took our collab'd to rank 6 because I wanted to make sure I can throw an accuracy banner on her so I can get more crit damage out of her as well. So that was what I was trying to go for. And for the first collab'd here, we try to get as much crit damage as possible. This is actually overkill for spider 21 to 25 because there's actually a damage cap in stages 21 to 25 bosses, if you didn't know. And so damage based off of max HP, the damage cap is 10%. So it's going to be, you're not going to utilize this at all. So all you need, if there's no defense down or weaken in the team composition and you want collab'd to hit that max damage by herself, then what you need is 279 crit damage. That's the mark. And as far as the crit rate, all you need is 70% because when you use Heartseeker, you get an additional 30%. So that's pretty much from the stats. It's nothing to really talk about there. And as I was saying, the Heartseeker here, enemy max HP damage, decreases the turn meter. You're not able to fully deplete turn meter in stage 21 to 25. It's just a portion of it. And like I said, 30% additional crit rate. And for the masteries here, we went with, okay, so I do need to redo this because I had it originally built for spider 20 and I just made my comp for 24. So I will, it doesn't really matter, it's fine. So War Master would be more ideal because you get additional damage off of that. And that's pretty much it for the first collab'd. The second collab'd here, I try to get as much crit damage as possible. Once I can get to my masteries down here, I'm working on it, then I can get to that 279% mark because I'll get a 6-star here as well, another 9% there. So we are almost there, sort of. But as far as her stats, yeah, 70% crit rate is all I looked at. I don't care about the attack, I don't care about the HP really. the accuracy is important. So 200 is around the mark most people go for stages 20 and above, but ideally 235 accuracy is where you want to go for, because that is the most efficient, because sometimes there's a chance of it being resisted by 3% chance, and that's just how the game is. There's just no way to top that. Unless your champion says cannot be resisted, that is the only exception. But accuracy wise, 235 would be the ideal efficient mark. And like I said, for masteries I'm working on, I do have her fully booked here as well for this. And to the next champion is going to be Walking Tune Dreng. So this guy can be replaced by pretty much any AOE HP burn champion and it'll work out fine. But sometimes it might be a little bit rough because maybe your debuff gets resisted to HP burn, but most cases it's fine. It really depends on the comp you're running. So he is at 155 speed. He does not need accuracy at all, which is amazing. That's amazing. And I just made sure he had enough HP so he doesn't get targeted. And yeah, that's pretty much it. For these skills, I do have him fully booked out because I want to make sure I can land this 100% of the time. So this debuff cannot be resisted. So the way this works is you don't need any accuracy on the champion to land his HP burns because he can't be resisted. That is why we have him with practically no accuracy. But you do want to make sure he's booked so he can land the HP burns. For the masteries, it doesn't really matter. That's pretty much it. The speed, and that's all he's there for. So the reason why you never want an AOE HP burn champion to go first in spider fights is because you want someone to do that first animation on your team, and then the spider boss reacts with dropping lings on the ground. So ideally you don't want your HP burn champion to go first, and that's pretty much it. So he can land all the HP burns on every single ling, and as soon as he takes a turn, it'll tick the boss HP, and that's how it works. And finally, for the Paragon, we have, practically naked, level 17, no masteries. I do have him booked here for the unkillable, and that is pretty much it. I do have him sped up enough to make sure he goes before the lings. So one thing I do want to talk about is, a lot of people are always wondering, why is my Paragon not working in my spider composition? Okay, let me explain it the best I can. If you rank up your Paragon, if you ascend your Paragon, so let's say you take it to rank 4, let's say you take it to rank 5, rank 6, you're gradually increasing your chances of not making him the target for the threat. So the lower the star that he is, the more of a threat he'll be for the lings and the spider boss. So that's the idea here. That is the reason why a lot of you might be failing with the Paragon that might be rank 5 or 4 and whatnot. And there's also another requirement. So ideally, you want to make sure your Paragon is ideally at least 20,000 HP less than every single other champion on the team. So in my case, I have him at 5100 HP, and if you notice over here, well, one of my Coldars is still about 15,000 above him, maybe 14,000, but she's still not getting targeted for whatever reason, probably because he's a rank 3. But she will gradually get the HP as she levels up, because he's going to get capped at 30, she's going to go to 60, and yeah, I don't have to worry about the HP too much. But ideally, make sure to have Paragon at least 20,000 HP less than everyone else. Make sure he is rank 3 or maybe even rank 4. It should work. Rank 5, I know it doesn't work unless you have an insane massive amount of HP gap, I think. But rank 5, as far as I know, it just doesn't work. So that's something to keep in mind, guys. And that's pretty much the composition. The Paragon is going to be taking the brunt of all the poison damage and all the attacks from the lings. So that is it. That is pretty much his role here. We got the turn meter manipulation with the massive damage. We got the AOE HP burn champion here. We have the reset. We have them going again, and boom, 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 boom. That's it. So I do want to show you the team now in action. So let's get over to Spider. Like I said, I'm not able to do Spider 25 just yet, but once we are able to get Akoth, who is a free-to-play champion, if you do Doom Tower, that'll be viable there too. So right now, the team setup here I have going is, so we have Paragon in the lead to help make sure he's a threat, and we are going to be prioritizing the unkillable buff. So there might be a point if you are running a Renegade where he won't target himself and he'll end up targeting the Renegade, and that's because when she does her reset, she's taking damage and she might drop in HP, so he might get a little bit worried and then end up buffing her, but it still kind of works out fine. But that'll be the reasoning why maybe you're wondering. So onto the Coldars here, we have we're prioritizing Heartseeker. We don't want A2, we want to make sure we A1 because we are using Evil Eye, and that's going to help reduce the turn meter of the spider when we hit with the A1 there. So that is the idea. This one is not fully mastered yet, so I don't have EOLI, but same concept. We have Heartseeker as a priority, no A2, and onto the Walking Tomb Dreng. We have prioritizing the HP burn. We don't really care about anything else, and that's pretty much it. And if you're wondering what about round 2 and round 3, there is no round 2 and round 3 in Spider. It's just one round. And finally, Kymar, we have him starting with the A1 here, and basically he's too fast. Ideally, I would want him at 152 speed or 151 speed to go right before the lings and reset everybody. Then I can probably make my team a little bit faster maybe, but yeah, that is what I'm running right now. He's going too fast, so starting with the A1, he lasts back around and then is able to do the A3 and reset everyone, and that's pretty much it. So let's get right into it. Alright, and now the lings in the back drop down. We have the turn meter depletion there a little bit. We have more damage there, more turn meter. Now Paragon takes everything, all the damage. So this is just beautiful. So Kymar resets everyone, Cold Art goes again, he depletes the turn meter again, second one goes, and HP burn again, and tick, 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 and it's over, pretty much. Yep. And there you go. That is pretty much the run, guys. Really, really simple. Eventually, these guys will level up higher, but it's kind of a flex now that they're low levels, and I wanted to record it as soon as possible because I made the comp just recently, well, today, because the champ chase was live and I was finally able to summon my Dreng, and I maxed him out immediately because I am going to use him in Faction Wars too, but there's also a spider event going on right now, so that's why I wanted to make this team as fast as possible, and I wanted to showcase it for you guys while they are kind of still low level. It's a bit of a flex. Let's continue. One more time. Another run and an easy 36-second finish probably. It's a really consistent team because our Dreng puts HP burn on everybody. Never fails. It's gonna be under 40 seconds every single time. Unless one of the Cold Arts, maybe if both Cold Arts miss their the turn meter depletion, then we're screwed. But the likelihood of that happening is like maybe 1 out of 100, maybe? Not very likely. So this is a completely consistent team for me. Will never fail. Yeah, that's it. 36 seconds flat. And let's run it again for you guys. Okay, right there he resisted the turn meter depletion. So if that happens for both Cold Arts, then I'm screwed. But we're gonna reset here and we're able to get back around to it, so we're fine. Like, I just really enjoy watching this comp work. The Paragon taking all the hits here. You can actually replace a Paragon with a Umbral. I've done that composition too, if you want to check that out. It's on YouTube. I'll have a link right here in a picture if you're interested. But yeah, it's Umbral works. Some of the other unkillable champions that have a 2-turn, those work also. Yeah, it does work on a decent amount of champions, but yeah, so that's pretty much the composition, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it informative, and I hope you're able to make something that can replicate this. And again, if you're interested in an easier composition than this one that does not require a Kymar, I did a collab with Ash, so make sure to head over to his channel and watch that video if you want to see the composition there. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And there's actually so many of you out there that are not subscribed to my channel but watch a lot of my videos. I think like 30% of my subscribers watch my content, maybe 20%, and then the rest of you watch my content that are not subscribed to my channel. So make sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to keep up with my content daily, and if you want to just see any more of my videos and just, you know, see it in the live feed or whatnot. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my content in general, please make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you all in the next video.